Hello everyone, my name is Ian and you're watching Big Rock Moto. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're new here and you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Now, if you've watched my content for any length of time, you know that I always like to ride in pretty high-end riding gear from companies like Klim, REV'IT, and others. And the reason that I really personally believe in always riding in full protective gear head to toe is that I want to be protected from abrasion, from impacts, but I also want to be protected from the weather. I want to be warm and dry in the winter, and I want to be cool and comfortable in the summer. And having good riding gear is the best way to achieve all those things. So some time ago, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, which I've worked with for many years, they actually purchased the MSR brand of gear and have been working behind the scenes to develop some super nice, very competitive, high quality, but affordable riding gear like this suit you see here. Today, I'm giving you a full review of the MSR Xplorer jacket and pants. This is a premium, waterproof, fully armored, and also vented riding suit, premium riding suit from MSR. Now, I don't ask a lot on my channel, but one favor I do ask is that if you're gonna buy this suit or any other parts and riding gear from Rocky Mountain or REV'Zilla, or any of the affiliate companies I work with, please use my links because it doesn't cost you anything and it's a way to support independent motorcycle journalism, a way to help that continue here on this channel. So thank you for doing that, I appreciate it. Now, I've been riding in this MSR Xplorer suit for the past couple of months. I actually got my hands on this suit before it was for sale to the general public and I've been testing it out. So today, I'm gonna give you the pros, the cons, I'm gonna talk about the fitment, and we're also gonna talk about how it compares to some of the climb riding gear like the Carlsbad that I've been using for a long time. All right, so what are the pros to this new suit? So first one is that they chose to use the EVENT waterproof membrane. Now the EVENT membrane is something you might be familiar with, some high-end outdoor products. It's very similar in concept to Gore-Tex, but it might even be more advanced, honestly. You can do your own research on that if you want. And also Moto uses this in their Basilisk jacket and pants, so you know it's gonna be very high-end. So the EVENT membrane, it's like Gore-Tex in that it doesn't feel super clammy or sweaty or hot when you're working on the bike, when you're maybe perspiring a bit, or if the weather gets a little bit warmer, but it's very legitimately waterproof. This jacket is fully waterproof. Ben Dork in the Road has shown that on his channel. I've tested this in the rain. It's definitely a waterproof suit when you close up all the zippers. Next pro is that this jacket has a lot of venting and a lot of storage. So you have vents all across the front and back of the jacket. You've got these big arm vents, you've got vents at the biceps, you've got vents in the pants at the front and back, so you can flow a decent amount of air. But you know what, on that subject of venting, I personally don't like to ride in a suit like this when the temperature is above about 80 or 85 degrees. I just am never gonna feel comfortable. I'm always gonna feel too hot and too sweaty. So I use fully mesh gear in the summer months and then use rain layers over the top to deal with cooler weather or wet weather. But for a cool to wet weather or cool cold weather and wet weather riding suit, I do like to ride in a waterproof suit. So this time of year, I'm gonna be wearing a suit like this and I really like it. In terms of storage pockets, so they give you this nice arm pocket here, which I like for keeping an emergency ID card or chapstick, things like that. You've got a pocket here for the for your, like, if you have a Garmin inReach or a satellite communicator. You've got pockets inside the jacket. You've got these big cargo pockets here. I have a huge phone, and this phone fits no problem, even vertically in these front storage pockets, so really good on that. You've got hand warmer pockets, which is great. I love having that because when I'm standing around, I like to be able to put my hands in my pockets to keep my hands warm. So really good job on the pockets. Also, the pants have these big pockets here as well, which I should probably keep zipped up. Sometimes I forget to do that. Really good storage throughout the jacket. Another huge pro that I think they absolutely nailed on this suit is they gave us an external hydration bladder. So you can see it back behind me here, and then they give you even a hose retainer here on the front, which is great. So the reason I like this external design as opposed to some jackets where you can put the reservoir inside the jacket, this is much easier to use. Doesn't feel like you have a giant wart like on your back, like between your back and the jacket. And it's very convenient to load and unload. And it means that I don't have to wear a backpack to carry my water. It's less straps on my jacket to get caught on things. It's less bulk. It's just nice. This is amazing, and I wish all my jackets had this external kind of hydration pack. You can fit a 2 or a 3 liter in it, and it has a thing for the hose to come out. really well thought out. A few more things I really like about the jacket. I think the colorways they're doing are really, really cool. When I saw they were doing the blue and orange, that's like my thing. I love that combo. I have that a lot of my climb gear, so I definitely asked for that. So cool colorways. Another thing I like on the jacket is they gave you fit adjusters, and importantly, they gave us a fit adjuster here on both sides of the torso. This allows you to pull in any extra material. This is something that Klim doesn't do on any of their jackets, which is a huge disappointment. REV'IT does it, which I like, and it's nice to see them on here. Another pro with the pants is that you can put the pants inside the boot like I like to wear my pants, or you can wear them if you prefer over the boot. So it's nice to have that option. The bottom of the pants has a nice zipper closure and some Velcro there. You can kind of adjust the sizing on that. So I think it's going to work with just about any boots that you would have. Personally, I kind of like to wear my pants inside my boot. I don't know why, it's just what I prefer. All right, so what are the areas for improvement or some of the downsides as I see it to the suit? So there's a few, and I always give a balanced review here on this channel. The first thing is, this is a relatively premium type product, even though it's vastly undercutting its direct competitors. But I would have liked to maybe see CE level 2 armor. So it comes with CE level 1, back pad, shoulders, elbows, hips, and knees. Hope I'm not forgetting something there. CE level 1, which is good, but I would prefer to have CE level 2. It would add a little bit of weight, a little bit of bulk, but I like that extra protection. It'd be nice to maybe see that on a future edition. Another thing I would have liked to seen was I would have liked to see pockets inside the jacket to put in divided chest armor. So if they redo the jacket, that's something I hope they consider adding. A REV'IT jacket to have that, and it's really nice because then I can have chest protection without having to wear separate armor. It's just all integrated into the jacket. This jacket does have some internal pockets in the chest, but they didn't intend them for chest armor. It won't really be big enough. So anyway, would like to see that in the future. Now, one downside, which has been a little bit annoying, and I think some of us have given some feedback on this to Rocky Mountain, is that you see these arm zippers here. Well, the zipper area is kind of stiff, and then you've got this fit adjuster right here. Well, what happens is when you bend your elbow like this kind of hard material here kind of jabs into your arm, and it's kind of uncomfortable. The time I notice that the most is like when I'm doing this to fasten my helmet or make this movement. When I'm riding the bike, I don't feel that at all. It's just when I'm like fastening my helmet or, you know, combing my hair, whatever it is, I guess, that I feel that. It's kind of annoying. I wish they would kind of relocate this stuff here so it didn't feel so stiff. Another potential downside is some of the vents are a little bit hard to open maybe, and hard to open and close, especially if you're riding, so it's probably something you're gonna have to stop to do. Especially I've noticed the zippers here on the vents on the pant can be a little bit tricky because they kind of have this flap over them. And also, I don't know that the vents are gonna hold open that well for airflow. I can't really speak to how good the airflow is. There is some airflow because I've tested it, but I can't really speak if it's really great or not, just because it's not the hot weather months yet. So I'll have to get back to you later on that. All right, so how does the suit fit? So here's some sizing recommendations I would have. First, they have a pretty good size chart specific to the suit on their website, and I would just go by that mainly. Now, for reference, I'm a size large t-shirt. I have about a 42 to 44 chest, which puts me in a size large on the size chart. That's what I'm wearing here. It fits me very well. It actually is one of the best fitting jackets that I own. It's not as boxy or loose fitting as I've complained about with the Klim jackets, and it's not as tight and form fitting and Eurocut as the REV'IT jackets. It's a nice in between, and I really appreciate that they did that. Now for the pants, I'm wearing the same waist size that I do in my jean size. The waist might be just a tiny, tiny bit on the tight end. So if you're between sizes, maybe size up one waist size. But I'm a 36 jean size, 36 by 32. I'm wearing the 36 pant, and it fits me very, very well, even with like some base layers underneath. Also, in terms of room in the jacket, even in this large jacket, I do have a pretty thick base layer, or mid layer I should say, underneath this, and it still feels comfortable. Plenty of room there for that mid layer or heated clothing if that's what you like to use. All right, now what about compared to the Klim products? This is my Klim Carlsbad jacket, the latest version of the Carlsbad, and is a jacket I'm really fond of. This is also in a size large, so let's break down this comparison. Now, in terms of abrasion resistance, the MSR beats this jacket. It has those super fabric overlays, which the Klim jacket does not have. If you want super fabric on your Klim, you have to go up to the Badlands, which is $1,100, okay? Now, impact protection, the Carlsbad beats the MSR because the Carlsbad has CE level 2 as standard now, so you get a little better impact protection from the Klim. Now, other things to keep in mind, the Klim jacket does not have the external hydration pocket, which is a big downside. In terms of fit, they're pretty similar. I would say the Klim has a little bit more room, is a little bit more of a boxy cut than the MSR. The vents on the Klim are a little bit easier to use. However, you don't get the bicep vents on the Carlsbad jacket. Storage is, I would think, comparable between the two. Comfort, I would say that the Carlsbad is more comfortable. This jacket wears lighter, it feels more mobile. It feels like just a little bit less stiff maybe, but that could be because this jacket's a little bit more broken in compared to my MSR. But I would say comfort, I'd give the nod to the Klim. Pricing, well, obviously the MSR wins on price. It's $399 and this jacket is $729. Overall, I still really like the Klim products, but it's really hard to beat the MSR for value for money, and it's a really good jacket. Right, so wrapping up this review here, one thing I wanted to show you when I put this back on is it does have the holdbacks here for the collar, so you can see you can get a bunch of airflow here through the top of the jacket. Really, really happy that they included that. That was a great idea, and it's something they could have easily overlooked, but they paid attention and they gave us that feature. Another thing I wanted to show you is that I'm using the MSR mid-layer jacket. I'll link that here below. It's very affordable, extremely comfortable and soft. Really am a fan of that. It's a great mid-layer. So right now I've got a base layer on, then the mid-layer, and then the outer shell jacket, and that's, for this kind of weather, this kind of temperature right now in the winter, it's really a perfect setup. Also, I'm going to link below some matching cold weather gloves that MSR just came out with, which I've been using not only on my motorcycle, but also over there on my snow plow when I'm plowing the snow here in the winter. Really, really like those gloves, long gauntlet style, so I'll link those here below as well, in addition to some summer gloves from the same product lineup. So I hope this has been useful and informative. I'm sure I've missed a few things, so put those questions down in the comments and I will definitely follow up with you. Again, I highly recommend and endorse this product, and if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be showing it here on the channel. Just a reminder, if you're going to buy this stuff or anything else from Rocky Mountain, please use my links. It really helps support the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Ride safe, and I'll see you out there.